Good morning. Abstinence. Experience strength and hope from members of Overeaters Anonymous. This is the third chapter titled The Search for Abstinence. And the first story is The Moment It Clicked. I attended my first meeting on March 1st, 1976. I was desperate. Over many years, I had lost a total of 85 pounds, but had recently gained 27 while on a diet. That night, I heard the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop eating compulsively. To be truthful, I didn't have the requirement for membership. I only wanted to be thin. I had accepted I was meant to be miserable and afraid and couldn't do all the things that normal people seem to do so easily and confidently. I didn't recognize my emotional and spiritual illness at the time, but I knew I needed help with my physical disease. After 18 months, even I saw that food plans worked in isolation in OA were no more effective than those I tried on my own. The people at my meeting said, "Stick with the winners." I noticed the winners were those who considered abstinence the most important thing in their lives and who worked the steps. Finally, on November 13, 1977, I called a sponsor and said I was willing to do whatever I had to do. Whatever began with a commitment to follow my food plan no matter what. This commitment forced me to use the tools and the steps in order to stay abstinent. The tools always got me back on the beam and in a place where I could work a step. Through the 12 steps, my higher power worked a miracle, a total rearrangement of thoughts and motives, such as the doctor describes in the big book. It did not happen quickly. I put many hours into meetings, retreats, and service, but the miracle did begin to take place. For this compulsive overeater, it couldn't have without abstinence from overeating first. Since then, OA, my abstinence, and my food plan have all changed. I am not the same person I was. Yet the framework of OA, the meetings, the steps, the tools, prayer, and meditation is still what I use to live this life I've been given. And abstaining from compulsive overeating still comes first for me. I don't know what happened on November 13th, 1977. It's best described as an awesome click, as if a light had come on. My belief system had changed, and I chose to follow it. That first commitment to my food plan not only taught me how to make and keep other commitments, but it also gave me the gift of time. Time to work the steps without all the hopelessness, self-hate. Time to work the steps, I just said that, without hopelessness, without hate, and fear of pre-OA life. Soon, God willing, I will be abstinent 16 years. Every day is a miracle, and these thoughts are from a member in Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, if I think about it right now, I'm not doing the OA program. I'm reading OA literature, and it's having a big impact on me. I have been able to abstain from obsessive and compulsive eating outside of 3 meals a day for a little over a month now, and that's miraculous. Um, but I don't necessarily have a food plan. I don't have a sponsor, and I'm not attending OA meetings. I went to one meeting, and I could critique it and say that I didn't like it. It was a little way over structured, just seemed weird to me. Um, But that was one meeting, and there's a million more. And so the biggest, clearest message for me today is to go to a meeting and embrace another tool of Overeaters Anonymous. Um, I share about what I'm doing in my meetings, and when I say my meetings, I attend Narcotics Anonymous on a regular basis and also Alcoholics Anonymous. And actually, my sponsor said that I should be, when I share at an NA meeting, it really needs to be a clear NA message. At the one meeting that he and I attend, because it's primarily a bunch of newcomers, so I just got to clean that message up there, and just include all my obsessive and compulsive overeating topics, um, in the guise of being clean and abstinent, and stay off of the food specific stuff. But last night in my NA meeting, my home group, where it's a much more solid meeting with only a sprinkling of newcomers. The average probably clean time there is the 10 and 15 zone, 10 and 15 years. And it's just a more solid meeting. I spoke specifically about some OA stuff, not just saying, anyways. But so bottom line is, the tool of reading OA literature is having a big impact on my life. And it's clear to me that if I embrace more tools of the OA program, it will continue to have a positive impact on my life. And I'm meeting with my sponsor today, and and I'll bring that up to him, talk about creating a food plan, and just moving forward. And I don't necessarily want to get a different sponsor, but it may be helpful to get a guide, shall we say, for OA stuff. And there are 2 or 3 members of the AA meeting that I attend today that are quote unquote double winners, that have years and years and years and years of experience in OA. So they are women, and that's okay. I do. It would be good to find a man in the OA process, and that could be easily done. I know that there are OA meetings in town, and then definitely some stuff online. Um, and good God, if there's a man watching this stuff, if you could reach out in there in the comments, that would be pretty cool. I have been interacting with a woman through these comments, and that's been very helpful and very encouraging. Um, but it would be nice to connect with a man who is uh, successful and working a solid OA program. He's got a sponsor, he's got a home group, working the tools, got a solid sense of and experience with abstinence, with a food plan, and working the steps. Super simple. So, yeah. So that sounds like the clarity for me today. I am abstinent from compulsive overeating. I've been abstinent for, like I said, a little over a month. And I've got the ability to write down 3 meals for today and to stay within those meals. I'm not working today, so I'm not going to be tempted to do the sampling at work or eating in the break room. Don't have to face that. But I am playing hockey, so I'll I'll probably put a little something in my stomach before the hockey game. Not a big breakfast, but just a little something, and then I'll do a lunch and a dinner later today. That's it. Super simple. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.